See that guy down there, riding his bike in the sunshine? Yeah, that's me. In 1988, maybe 1990, it's hard to remember, it's such a long time ago now, I flew out to Catalonia on my honeymoon. And the minute I got off the plane, I noticed something weird had happened to me. The hairs on my arm stood up, and the back of my neck, I felt really odd, like I'd come home. Now I know a lot of you say that, but this really is my spiritual home. I've spent all the years since trying to make the dream come true. And when Brexit happened, I applied for my biometric. And now, I live here. Now over the years, as you can see, if you've been coming a long time, Lourdes has changed immensely. There was one taverna on that beach when I first came, and none of these houses were here, maybe one or two. So you could say that me and the island have changed a lot over the years. I mean, I'm divorced now. Some things are for good, some things are for the worse. I mean, the divorce was terrible, but I've got 2 good children out of it. And I suppose the island now generates a good income for the people who live here. So it's not all bad. If you could, I would really appreciate it if you hit the like, share and subscribe, sat back and enjoyed the ride. Who am I? Well, my name's Rudgeyx, otherwise known to the bike world as the Doctor. So, let's get into it and see what's going on in my life today, shall we? It's Friday, here we go. Hi and welcome back to Rudgeyx, aka the Doctor. As I said on the intro, if you wouldn't mind, hit the like, hit the share and hit the subscribe. Helps me enormously. And also what really helps is those of you who visited the coffee page, so thank you ever so much from that. That's a big help to me. Where are we? Well, you'll have to watch the video to find out, won't you? Because I know some of you scroll through. Should we get on with it? I think we ought to. Right, so on we go to Fiscardo. Particular part is very pretty. The property there that the hobby wanted to buy. I think it's too much money or something like that. We'll see, it might come up in an upcoming video, I don't know, we might have to do it over the phone. Who knows? And there we go, Fiscardo. Let's have a look round. Yeah, well, we've done this walk many a time, haven't we? I've never been so out of condition in my life. Now, I usually, yeah, let's go down here, we'll walk back the other way.
See how my knee holds up. It's letting me know it's not happy. So hope it don't go on the way back. Little beach down there for those of you who have not been before. It's another nice place to sit under the trees when it's hot. It's quite warm today. Not quite sure what the temperature is, but it's just bordering taking my shirt off. Let's put it that way. It's too hot for my cut off to be warm, but I'm having to wear it because it's got all my stuff in it. Some of these places would be fantastic to have a little break away in, wouldn't they? Even though I live there. It'd be nice to spend some time there. I do find Fiscardo expensive though. That's the only problem with it. Although I've had viewers that say they don't think it is, so. Some nice yachts though, isn't there? Of course, we've got the Roman cemetery. They've started on that now, I see. The tombs and that. QR code there for you. Let's go down and have a little look. I've been down there so many times now, I forget that some of you are new to the channel. You might find it interesting. Of course, they built the road over the top of some of it, so unfortunately. Right, let's see. Which part of this is English and which part isn't? There we go. There's your signage. Very peaceful today down here. Imagine renting one of those for your holiday. If you have, I'd be interested to know how you got on. Leave it in the comments. And although I don't, as I've said before, I don't answer a lot of the comments. I do read them, but I have plenty of emails, WhatsApp messages, and stuff like that that I have to attend to. So I try not to get involved in the comments. You guys seem to self-police that, so I sort of let you get on with it. If I do see something that I think needs answering, and I answer it straight away. Like the golden visa the other week, somebody asked me about that. But you see, the problem with all these comments is that guy commented on a video I'd done way back, beginning of the year, I think. So sometimes it's difficult to see what context it's in. Although that was an easy one to answer. As always, lots of yachts around. We must be coming to the end of the season for that now. You can see they're all stern to anchored against those rocks tied to the trees. A lot of boats in today. Now there's an interesting point. if you're going to tow your yacht for whatever reason, you see the lad there going astern, that's the best way to do it. Don't tie the yacht to the back of your dinghy, because you've got no control over what you're doing. And of course the bow of the dinghy comes up in the air, which you don't want. I'm not quite sure what he's doing. Maybe they're pulling the anchor up, I don't know. Maybe we'll sit and have a look. There's somebody getting ready to anchor up, dropping his anchor, look. And somebody waiting to do the same thing.
Okay, so as I left where the yachts were mooring up, the sound on the camera decided not to work for me. Yet again, the new phone that I'm using doesn't like the microphones. It's something I'm going to have to look into. Probably have to buy another pickup or something that fits the phone better. But as you can imagine, a little bit annoying when you've got a lot of footage. Can't very well walk back and recreate all this. Anyhow, as you can see, Fiscardo's closing down for the winter, but there are still a lot of yachts about because it's still good sailing weather. Though we're getting a fair bit of rain now, we're getting lots of sunshine in between that. Quite a lot of places are still open, as you'll see. Interestingly, as I walk to the end of this row of chairs here, luckily for the sound that is, there were some guys that were pretty drunk and effing and jeffing, so I would have had to cut that out anyway. So the microphone not working saved me the problem, hasn't it? Anyway, as you can see, plenty of yachts, as I've just said, a lot of places closed. We'll wander around the back now and I'll show you around the back streets. I like this time of year. I like Fiscardo when it's quiet. You can imagine what the place must have been like before tourists came to the place and took it over. Having said that, it's still a nice place to visit. And as I said earlier, I find it quite expensive. I've had a few viewers tell me that they don't think it is, but later on in the video I stopped and had an apple pie and a glass of water, and it cost me €8.50 for a slice of apple pie. I should have looked at the menu first. It wasn't a large piece of apple pie either, but never mind. There's always some artwork hanging up here. This year I managed to get the board, if you want to pause your video for a minute, coming up now, I managed to get the board with the English pitch written on so you can see what it's all about. While we're looking at this artwork, and I'm doing the voiceover, somebody mentioned about the fact on the intro they could hardly hear my voice over the music that I play. So I'll just explain that while I'm taking the opportunity to do that while we haven't got any sound on this video footage. The music and the vocals is a compromise. You'll find that different laptops, phones and tellies will play the music differently. So I've took an average off the laptop, the telly I've got and one of the phones, and it's fine on those. And I haven't really had that many complaints about it, although I am working to try and get it better still. So that's answered that. This is the place that charged me €8 for a piece of apple pie. Just explaining here that in the summer you can't see the quayside for brollies, tables and chairs, and that the Greek government have clamped down on the amount of brollies that you're allowed to put out on a beach, and it has to be a certain distance from the sea, and they were going to clamp down on Fiscardo and places like it, because in my opinion, and it is only my opinion, why have a beautiful beach and cover it in brollies? And the same goes for a beautiful port like Fiscardo. Why cover it in brollies? But then I suppose, you know, people have got to sit and eat somewhere, so they'll need the shade. An interesting point. I was going to hire a boat this year and visit some beaches that you can't get to by road or walking, but of course me and the Hobbit haven't been that well off this year financially. My pension's just started to come in, and she's waiting to sell one of the houses, so we didn't manage to do it this year, but I will be doing it next year, definitely. Even if it breaks the bank, because I do like going out on boats. I miss that. This place here is where I brought the ticket famously to get to Nidri on Fiscardo to pick up my bike, the Black Pearl Nicky, and it comes in just over there where I've pointed the ferry. There's one a day. It goes out to Nidri and then comes back again, and that's it. Can also buy a ticket for the ferry up by where it comes in. There's a little hut there, I think. There's the chandlery. They have some good stuff in there. It's not just boaty stuff. They have some headphones, all sorts of things in there, and it's good quality gear. I mean, look at that. What a lovely place to sit in the evening. Some prices for you. And there again, where that yacht's coming in, where that guy's walking, that's where the ferry to Nidri and Fiscardo comes in. And that place there looked quite interesting. Maybe we'll go back one day and have a look at that. So yes, I apologise about the sound. And I'm working to do something about it. Every video I do, I try and make it better for you guys. So yeah, leave in the comments if there's something that I know the music irritates some of you, but I did explain that in an earlier video. Well, this is me leaving the establishment that served me the apple pie. It was very nice apple pie, and it's a very nice place, and some of the stuff, I have to say, wasn't too expensive, but the apple pie that I like obviously was. Anyway, yeah, as I said, some of you found that Fiscardo wasn't that expensive. Maybe you've eaten and drank somewhere differently than me. Leave in the comments. So yeah, as we walk back along the quayside, you can see the sun's starting to go low in the sky now. It's late afternoon. And as I said earlier, there's a lot of yachts about, but not that many people really. We're starting to wind down for the end of the season. Most of the places are closed. And of course, in the winter, Fiscardo is completely dead. There's nothing there at all. So it's not the sort of place I'd want to live in, really. Yeah, the nearest place, I suppose, for any activity would be Argostoli. But if you actually have lived in Fiscardo through the winter, let me know what you thought of it and what was open. Because I'm sure there's some tavernas in the nearer villages that stay open. But as it's not my area, I don't know really. So yeah, leave in the comments. People find all this sort of stuff quite useful. Anyway, hopefully the next track's got sound.
I wonder how many selfies that is I've done now. Like I say, I don't mind at all. That's yeah, when I started doing this, as I've said before, I never thought anybody would watch. So for you guys to come up and ask to have a selfie done with me, it's unbelievable. And big thanks again. Like I say, I'm always surprised that it's gone as well as it has. But having said that, I do find myself, sounds a bit big-headed and it's not meant to be, I do find myself watching my own videos sometimes. Just to remind myself of how far I've come on this journey. See what's on this stall down there. Looks like local honey. Always got some little pictures and stuff out here. Ah, there you go. I was looking at the pictures. Some of it is quite expensive. The honey for a large jar was €20. I'm not quite sure how much honey is really. My neighbour gave me the last lot that I had. I don't know whether that's expensive or not. But I've had a very nice day out, and so should you. That's Fiscardo for you. Let's get back in the car. Right, well, we're out Fiscardo way. I thought it'd be rude not to visit another one of the Hobbit's favourite places, Emblisi Beach. Probably pronounced that completely wrong. Never mind. Anyway, yeah, we came here on my birthday celebrations with the crew. Well, some of the crew. The bucket, I think the bucket went off somewhere else with some friends of hers. Anyway, I thought we were passing, why not pop in? It's going to be very quiet this time of the afternoon, and the fact that we're at the end of the season really. So I'm not really expecting there to be many people here. Right, so let's have a look and see what this is about, shall we? Like I say, I have been here before with the birthday crew. As you can see, there's a hut there. Now that's usually a little cantina serving snacks, cocktails, beers, ice creams. There's a changing room just there. And in the summer there are cars parked all the way along right up to the first bend, and this car park's usually full. It can get quite busy, so be warned. Anyway, it's a Pebble Beach. As I said, it's a particular favourite of the Hobbits, this. I think she's had some happy times here. We came for a picnic here on the bike, you probably remember. I've filmed this beach quite a lot. There's a walk you can go through the forest there. I don't think I'm going to do that today. That's the good thing about living there. You get to see these places when there's hardly anybody about. Which is good because, as you know, I like quite peace and quiet. It's like they're doing spear fishing. And I can confirm they've caught something, so there you go. Now, there is a walk, as I said. And then the Hobbit went on it, up through there. It's not very far, to be honest. Probably no further than that. But as you can see, this is a really nice place to come and sit in the sunshine, have an ice cream here. That's what I did last time I came. But of course, this time of year, it's not worth them opening up because they haven't got the footfall. There you go. Emblisi. Right, I'm going to get in Kylie and head on home. So what am I going to do? Okay, I don't know how this is going to come out on camera, but one of the privileges of driving around this island of an evening is this. I'll show you. The sun's just set. Tom and Victoria will recognise that place down there, I guess. I don't know how this is going to come out on camera. But as you can see, there's a low cloud. Can't make the tops of the mountains out. And then you've got that lovely orangey tinge to the sky on the horizon line there. just thought I'd share that with you because I'm good like that. Anyway, I'm on my way home now. I've been out filming all day. My back hurts, my knee hurts. Met a very interesting guy who I'll tell you about later on, perhaps, on the beach just now. Maybe speak to him soon. Look at that. What a great night to be alive. I am very lucky to live here, I know that. Right, well, I keep getting asked what it's like here in the winter. I'll give you the odd glimpse as we go through the winter now. It's about 11 o'clock in the morning here. I'm sat at my desk, done my emails, and I'm about to load up yesterday's footage. It's Sunday, so it's an editing day, luckily for me. Although I did go out yesterday because the sun was shining, and I know we've got a few days of rain. Unusually, October isn't usually this bad. We usually get showers, sunshine, showers, but we've had a few storms, and this is what it's like in the winter. Let me show you. I've had to put the light on, as you can see. The cat came in absolutely soaking wet this morning. Had to dry her out, but she's okay. Sitting there, because I took her out at night. So yeah, as you can see, we've got a cloud rolling down the mountain, heavy cloud above it. It's pretty grey. And as you can see, I've got a hoodie on. Without the sunshine, it does get a bit chilly. Now, my head doesn't cope with this sort of weather very well. So I have to find things to do to cheer me up. So in the fridge we've got some nice food. Haven't we, cat face? You don't care, do you? You've been fed. I dried you off with a towel, didn't I? Yeah. So yeah, anyway, as you can see out there, let's see if I can go in a little bit. The goats are out on the hillside there. There is something else. Let me show you. This is when everything starts to grow. I've cut the hedge about 3 times in the last week, and all this has gone completely bonkers. Quite a task, because I try and keep it down below the level of here. And then of course it's going to have to be cut back that way, because otherwise it goes out over the road. Yeah, everything starts to grow, which is nice. Everything goes green. I've had to train the bougainvillea this way because it was getting so heavy it was falling over. That's all well and good, but look at my back garden. That's happened in the last week or so. Got loads of weeds everywhere. So I'm going to have to get the strimmer out when it dries out, but of course we've got to wait for a dry day for that. As you can see, my veg plot, look, a week that took to do that. And we've got all those weeds around the back there, and all those weeds down there, which I'm going to have to clear up now. So yeah, it's pretty much like any other country when it rains. Not very nice. Anyway, I'm going to get back to do my emails and a bit of editing, and then I can go out. Cat face is alright. She's decided to jump on the office chair. She likes doing that. She's going to get chucked off in a minute. Well, everyday things in Kefalonia. I've got to go and see the accountant about a couple of things I don't understand. So we'll go and see him, and then when I understand them, I'll explain them to you. That's the problem. That's why we all have accountants, really, because it's difficult navigating the Greek system, and they keep changing it, and something's changed just recently. So, well, 2 things changed, I think. Right, well that wasn't as simple as we thought. I have to register, I can't remember what he said now. My accountant is extremely helpful. In fact, he's made another appointment for me in a bit, about an hour, so that we can sort this out. I've got to go to KEP now and get KEP to register me with something, so that the government can use my phone, apparently. So we're going to KEP and we'll do that, then I'll go back and he will then register me and then we're done. The tax thing that I was worried about, you have to use your card for 30% of your outgoings. The government will know because I have your bank details, but you have to work out what you had come in, what you had go out by bank card or transaction. Otherwise you get taxed on the difference, apparently. I don't understand it completely, but the word getting taxed for something I haven't done seems a bit off. So I'm going to make sure that we register for that. But my accountant's on the ball, he's very good. He said not to worry, he'll sort it out. Anyway, let's get to KEP. Something else I just thought about, might be interesting for you guys to see Agostoli on a Wednesday lunchtime. It's about 1:30 now, I think. 23rd, I think it is, today of October. Not quite sure what's going on over there, but it looks quite interesting. Something to do with the marching band, probably. Yeah. Nice to see some young people getting involved in something like that, isn't it? Yeah, anyway, off to KEP to get this registered and then back to see me accountant, and hopefully by this afternoon all those worries will have gone away. I'll probably put a picture of his card or something, or a link to him above the screen now. Yeah, so this is the KEP office next to the Cozy Bar, where I should probably have a coffee. Right, so about 15 minutes in there, some very helpful young lady gave me the document I need. I've had to sign a few things and now I can get back to the accountant and sort it out. But first of all, I'm going into Cozy for a very nice and well-earned coffee. The trouble is with being British and not understanding the language very well, or at all in some cases, and being slightly deaf, makes things a bit tedious for both of us. Anyway, she's very patient, so if you're watching, thank you very much. I'm going to go and get a coffee. Right, so that's my coffee. Now we're off to the accountants. I have to say, Cozy Cafe. It's a good place to go if you like coffee. I usually have 2 sugars in mine. I only had 1 there, so that shows you how good the coffee is. I'm regretting not having my sunglasses. So, and of course, none of the places where I would buy some, like this place here, are open. So it looks like I'm going to have to struggle with that. Anyway, we're off to the accountant now. Hopefully my knees are going to hold up, because both of them are hurting today. So much for the magnesium I'm taking. Anyway, yeah, I've studied the form at some length with a translator. Still don't understand it. I've given them my permission for them to contact me now digitally, apparently. It's funny because I'm totally against digital ID in the UK. I think they're imposing that for all the wrong reasons. These people are there to serve us, not the other way around. And it's, you know, well, anyway, it's a contentious issue, isn't it? But yeah, I'm signing up for it here. But it seems to be the only way to get things done in Greece. And of course, if my accountant can get access to everything that I do, and I don't understand what's happening. All I have to do is ring him. He's very good, and he will sort it out for me. If you move to somewhere like this, it's important that you've got somebody like that working for you. Right, let's go and see what he's got to say. Ah, well, yeah, I'm just looking at the audience survey map that Gaffer Tape and Bus Pass gave me, the Partridge Cam crew, to see where I might want to go today. Because I fancy driving out somewhere or riding out somewhere, depending on what the weather's like. It's pretty good out there at the moment. Anyway, yeah, the single identification number, or whatever they're calling it, the camera played up that day, so I didn't get to film me coming out of the accountants with the piece of paper in my hand to say I'd now got it. What they're doing, I think, because as I said, this is all quite difficult to understand sometimes. You used to have your tax number, which is extremely important, and it was on a piece of paper, and if you lost it, that was it. They'd got no record of you. You couldn't go back in and say I need another one, because they wouldn't be able to find you. So that was, you know, something that you kept in the safe. Then you had an AMCA number, which is your health insurance. And then you had another number for something else, and blah, 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 blah. Well, what they've done now is they're trying to put them all on one number, so that the government can then go, a bit scary, ping, that's Rudgey. He lives there. He has this much money coming in and that much money going out. And that's who he is. And that's what happens when a country goes bankrupt. It's coming to the UK. Yeah, leave in the comments what you think about that. I'm not commenting on it because the Hobbit, well, she's fed up with listening to me about all this digital ID stuff. It's scary. And as I said in the video earlier, these people are there to serve us. It's our money they're spending. But I think that's got forgotten somewhere. Anyway, enough of that. This isn't a political site. So yeah, I have now got the personal number, but my accountant said if they use it, they'll probably change that at some point. But I like to stay ahead of the game. My accountants are extremely helpful and agreed with me that in my position, it's probably better to stay ahead of the game. And I'll be going for my 10-year biometric anytime soon, really. I'll go ring Mr. Andreas and find out when I can do it. My biometric runs out in September. They may let me do it a little bit earlier than that because I can prove that I've been here before they issued it. So we'll see. I'll keep you informed on that. Anyway, that's that. Well, that was this week's video. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed making it. And for those of you who visited the coffee page this week, thank you ever so much for doing that. And if you wouldn't mind hitting the like, the share and the subscribe, that helps me too. I'd like to thank you for all the support you give me, and I'll see you all next week. Thanks for watching. Remember, dreams do come true. True story.
Amazing.